Welcome back. We are here with the whole 19th Fairway squad. We've got a lot to catch up on. I think 3 weeks have gone by. That's three big tournaments to start the year and lots of our own stuff going on too. I want to open the floor right up to Mr. Joe, who's got a great update for the family.
Yes, the hiatus has been well deserved. Stacy and I entered in Ava Jade Visculia, our first daughter. We are just so excited and so happy. And the golf game has taken a severe plummet. But that's second thought to a beautiful, healthy baby girl, and we couldn't be more excited. And I know you boys have been doing I've been living vicariously through you guys, because you guys have had quite the 3 weeks of course I'm out and the boys decided to go on golf benders. And I guess it's good though, because like I said, I can live vicariously.
Well, we did get to celebrate another birthday in the squad, and that was in a pretty special way. Gee, what were you up to for that February 7th birthday?
Yeah, so had the pleasure of heading out to Maui and playing the Kapalua courses. So for those not familiar, there are two courses on property. One would be the Bay, second would be Plantation, also known as the Century Tournament of Champions, or what do they just call it? The Century Tournament. Yeah, it's actually played at Plantation as well, but both rounds were awesome. Bay course was much friendlier, I would say, much nicer. The Plantation was probably the hardest course I've ever played, but in terms of a challenge, the views, everything you want from a golf course, arguably hard to beat. It was amazing. I would definitely tell anyone who loves golf, go give Plantation a whirl.
Are you still beating yourself up over that putt on 18 for 79?
I mean, definitely, but in all reality, yeah, I was just happy to play, well, especially out the gate, because coming into when we actually did go out on Plantation, if I was playing anywhere off my game or let off the gas just a little bit, that course eats you alive. I mean, my dad luckily has played it before, so he gave some insider knowledge in terms of where to play it. If not, some holes you could play it directly in the fairway and it end up in the garbage. So definitely a little luck on my side there, or a little expertise per se, but yeah, trip was awesome. No complaints whatsoever.
It really gives you a look into how good those pros are. I mean, Ramen, the winner, Cameron Smith, going 8 or 9 under each day. That's just incredible. 34 birdies made in one weekend. I know I'm working on getting 34 birdies by June. I think I got off to a pretty good start. But first, Willie, you were just down in what I think is the golf mecca of the universe, probably the best place in the entire world, right behind me. Del Monte, the Hay, where were you at?
It's great down there. I mean, it's just a different vibe when you're down there. You can just feel all the great golf around you. Played Del Monte on Friday. It's a great course, probably the cheapest public course in the area for sure. Super well maintained, pretty short, pretty scoreable, but some interesting holes. Definitely don't have to hit driver off the tee all day. But shot a 78. Took advantage of that scoreability, was hitting it pretty well. So always taking a round in the 70s. And then later that afternoon, actually played the Hay, Tiger's new 9-hole course over above Pebble up on the hill overlooking the ocean. Got a pretty perfect day out weather-wise, doesn't get much better than that. Pretty fun course. I mean, the longest shot you hit is like 100 yards, most of them being in like the 50 to 70 yard range. So you're hitting some fun shots. The greens are pretty funky. So you're getting pretty creative out there. And it's definitely a good time. Probably the only knock would be they have you teeing off from mats the whole time. Not sure if that's just permanently going to be like that or what.
I have a question that this went off in the group chat, but Tiger said that you can putt from anywhere. You sent a picture of
Yeah.
of a green surrounded by bunkers in the front of it. I'm not sure how that's putter friendly.
No, that's a good question. That's the second hole, and it's modeled after number 7 on Pebble. Definitely doesn't seem puttable at all. That's a good point. It's honestly a good point because I did see those quotes by Tiger. So
yeah, and then Tiger probably just has a little cut loft on his putter that he can work.
I'm sure Tiger could do it. And then you went over to one of our favorites. I know Joe hasn't been to the Monterey Circuit yet. I've only played one down there, but the three of us, G, Willie, and I, we got down there to Poppy Hills one time. Just an incredible place. I played it twice. Willie, tell us about Poppy Hills.
Yeah, Poppy's beautiful. I mean, Poppy's probably similar to Del Monte layout and design wise, just on a bigger scale. I mean, it's just like longer, fairways are wider. Was thrown off a little bit because every time I played it, you start off on this pretty comfortable par 5, which is actually now the 10th hole. So they have you teeing off of what used to be 10, which is like this tough dogleg right par 4 out of bounds.
Fairway slopes, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, like you're not hitting driver because if you hit it through the fairway, like you're in a bunch of trees. So it's a really hard stretch. I mean, 2 is a tough par 3, 3 is a tough par 4, then number 1 handicap par 5 after that. So I mean, it starts you off tough for sure. But then you get the back-to-back par 5s at 9 and 10. So that's your scoring opportunities. But course was pristine as always. Didn't play as well. Shot an 84. But still taking that for out there.
Yeah, definitely a tree-lined course. The fairways and the greens just kind of run into each other. Everything's just perfectly manicured. Love that course. I tend to joke that it's like the Augusta of Monterey. Everything's just perfect there. I love Poppy Hills.
Mm-hmm.
I got to come back to California, spend some time in the Bay Area where we all grew up. Was definitely taking advantage of the January weather in California and playing as much golf as possible.
How many rounds did you get in?
Well, I mean, full 18 rounds.
No, 9 holes too, because you played 9 holes every single day of the week.
I pretty much played 9 holes every single day of the week, getting off work at 2 p.m. served its purpose and heading over to Canyon Lakes pretty much every single day, Monday through Friday. But I was playing, I jumped right into things at Bridges on a windy day, first round of the year, and in probably 2 or 3 months with a nice smooth 90. Was really hoping to break 90, but jump right into it. That's how golf goes. And then went over to Harding Park the next day. Again, a fantastic course. There it is right on G's wall too. Really, really love that course. I seem to have a theme for this jump back into golf month of January. And it's, I was making some pars, but if I wasn't making pars, it was probably going to be a double. I just wasn't keeping the scores low enough, and I shot at 88 at Harding Park. I did have a nice 8 or 9 footer for par on 18 that felt good to end the day going into the Niners Packers game. So the spirits were high. The Niners won that game. That felt good. And then Will Dog and I met up and played with now Grandpa Joe and Joe's dad and our friend Doug out there, and we got out to Diablo. Had an awesome day. I had 10
big
pars.
Swag.
Big
swag. Only rocking summer comforts.
Oh, me and him both, baby. Big swag. You know what it is.
I've got a great video of him chipping off of the 4th tee box down to the 3rd hole. Just an impossible shot. But great time out there. I think I had 10 pars and the rest doubles pretty much. We were playing match play, so I was going for it, but 86 there. So I kind of, was progressing the right way, 90, 88, 86. And again, it was that match play kind of going for it attitude. Willie, what did you end up shooting? Were you 79 or 80?
Yeah, I think I was 79 or 78, but another round in the 70s for me. So I'm definitely on a bit of a hot streak.
Definitely.
You could have just asked Joe, D. Joe would have kept track for him.
Just looking at my handicap daily.
Joe's like, oh, that one was on January 16th. Yeah, no, that was
when you got nothing to do except hold your new daughter and watch all of your friends play Monterey Circuit, Hawaii, back home where you grew up, you got nothing better to do than, nitpick.
Fair.
Understandable.
but very fire golf for the three of us. Joe, you did get one round in, but after that round of Diablo, I went over to the golf store and picked up the TSI 3, and that is my new favorite toy. I love that thing, and that's a big reason why I was going out to Canyon every day, just to dial that in. We got, Monday through Thursday in, and then Will Dog and I left Thursday night, drive up the coast right to Bandon, Oregon. Got a couple of rounds in there. Started off on Pack Dunes and over to Old Mac. Willie, I want you to share, because you had the better of the rounds both days. Incredible 80-80.
Yeah, Pacific are probably my favorite course at Bandon. I mean, Garrett's rocking the logo. I just love everything about it. Nothing better than walking up to that third hole where you finally crest the ridge. You get to see the ocean. Most of the holes out in front of you, you can see Old Mac way off to the right. Just doesn't get much better than that. Also, doesn't get much better than the weather that we got. No wind. It was hot out. Couldn't have been better. Just strike the ball well. Solid 80. Honestly, could have been lower. Probably hit it a little better than that. Had a few 3 putts. Couldn't really putt from off the green that well, but of course couldn't have been in better shape. It was great.
Yeah,
shout out our guy Scott too. The
Scotty D.
He makes
Scott is the man.
Always a good time.
He was making sure we had a great time out there. Shout out to Scott, especially on the 7th hole at Old Mac. I couldn't get a feel for the putter. I was hitting the ball well, tee to green, but then getting to the green and just had no sense of speed at all. And somewhere, I think it was in the fairway of the 7th hole, he said, we're going to go get a transfusion up at the top of the hill here. We're going to have a little talk. And after that, it was just hunting for birds. And I found 2 on the back, was loving it. We're just having a great time, just being up there with Will Dog, his brother, his dad, and then our boy Scotty D. What a place to be any time of year, any day. Find me at Bandon, I'll be a happy guy. Really, really special place. Loved every second. I went 83 at Pack, which is my best score there. Was excited about that. And 87 at Old Mac, where just, again, too many doubles. But I think the game was playing well enough to be in those low 80s for sure. And really excited about that. So came back, played a few more days at Canyon Lakes. Again, those 9-hole rounds. I stretched it out to, I think, 14 holes or so, 15 holes. Most of those days on the second week. Our favorite hole we love, the Tiger hole. I made birdie on my first try there. That fired me up, gave a little fist pump, got the video for that. And then headed on to Tahoe, had a nice little weekend there, and off to Orlando. Work event in Orlando, but I did manage to play around. For these guys' sake, I played for the Whites. We were with some elderly gents, but had a round there. I was 6 over on the front with a nice scramble par on 9. Went to the back and made 4 birdies in the first 7 holes. I was like, what is going on here? 4 under through 7. And then bogey finished, kept me 2 under for the back with a 4 over 76 again for the Whites, but was really happy with how I managed that back 9, stayed strong. And that's the last round I've played. That was just a week ago today. So looking forward to the next one's probably going to be Scottsdale in a couple more weeks.
That is so brutal to go back to Boston, Massachusetts after firing a 76.
It felt good, but that's where I'm sitting at. I think, those low 80s is really what I'm shooting for right now in the early season. We haven't hit our stride yet. So I'm pretty happy sub 85. And that's where I'm sitting at the start of the year. So looking forward to getting rolling into the summertime, bring those scores down. I did make a bunch of birdies. I don't know. We're going to settle this right here. Did the birdies from the Whites count for my running total? Because I'm at 8 without and 12 with.
We'll count them.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Continue the running total.
I'm still thinking about it.
I want to backtrack on one thing. At Old Mac, you had an all world up and down. I think it was 5 when you're in the back bunker.
That was 7. That was on 7.
7 up on the ridge. And our caddy said he has never seen a person there get up and down from that bunker. And you think of how many rounds he walks on that course, like,
Jeez.
That back,
Get a plaque, D.
that back bunker right behind the green where it's like an infinity cliff, just falls off into the ocean. And yeah, wasn't too happy. I totally chunked a pitch shot from 100 yards up the hill, and then I just took too much and went right over into that bunker. So it was up and down save for bogey, which, like I said, I haven't been getting too many bogeys. It's been a lot of doubles. So that did feel really good. It changed my mood, especially when Scott was saying, let's go get a drink. Let's talk things over. Let's hunt some birds. Found 2 on the back. Was loving it. I mean, 87 isn't going to make me happy all the time, but it's Old Mac. It's Bandon. I was thrilled. It was a lot of fun out there.
yeah. And Old Back can get the rep of having like tricked up greens or kind of like a tricked up course, but dude, it is fun.
Yeah.
Like you are
I
hitting
remember-
fun shots.
I remember you coming off of it and saying Old Mac could be the best out here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was the third
Both
time
of
I
you
played
guys.
Old Mac. I
Mhm.
have my best score at Bandon at Old Mac. I shot 78 when we were with this group out there. And I love the freaking place. It's like playing on the moon is what I think of as, like, so many, you got different crater bunkers, you have the hills, there's so many different things to do. And I think that feels the most Scottish link style to me out of all the courses, even though they're all, you can play the ground game at every one of them. It just feels like there's the most creativity involved at Old Mac.
Love it. It's awesome.
We got a lot of golf in ourselves for January and the start of February. I know a lot more to come before that midway point where we all meet up again in Seattle. Hopefully, well, we are going to be all together before then. A special trip. G, you want to fill us in a little bit about that?
Oh yeah. Have we not told them?
I don't think the people know.
Yeah, so
No.
at the end of April, we will be heading up to Big Cedar Lodge to tee up at Paynes Valley, also known as, I believe, Tiger's second newest design behind the hay completion. That is
Yeah.
correct.
Newest
Yeah,
18 for sure.
And it's
newest 18.
his first
And-
public design.
Oh, well, there you go. So we're heading up there for Joe's bachelor party. And we'll play Mountaintop as well. It's a 13-hole walking course, but we're going for Paynes. It's bottom
Yeah.
line. Course
Absolutely.
is supposed to be phenomenal. I mean, look at the pictures alone. Heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
I
Yeah.
cannot wait for that. Joe,
I wonder what the weather is going to be like. I mean, I've never been to Missouri, but we should look that up and see if it's historically rainy, windy, or if it's just going to be bluebird.
The website tells you the time of year and like what the temperatures and stuff are.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
really?
going
Oh.
right in the beginning of prime, basically, or what starts to be prime.
Yeah, when the prices go up.
yeah, I expect it to be pretty good right at the start of May. It's going to be nice.
I'm going to J.R. Smith that pro shop. I'm absolutely going to clean house. I'm probably going to go shirt, head cover, towel, nether shirt, hat.
Well, you totally deserve to. It's a bachelor party. We gotta do it right for you.
Love it.
Well, we've got a lot of professional golf to quickly catch up on. I think starting at the Farmers, we had that playoff between Will Zalatoris with the eventual winner being Luke List. Awesome to see him win. Followed up by Pebble Beach. That was another first-time winner, Tom Hoagie. Kind of stole it right from Jordan Spieth in the last 4 holes. I've said a lot
boy.
about that. Yeah, and I was excited to see Jordan get up there, but go ahead,
What
Joe.
a trash putt on 17. Good ice. I was watching that so intently.
It was sad to see.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
was
I definitely
such a-
knew that he lost the tournament there, but in the end, I was just going to say, you could say it was swept out from Jordan Spieth's feet, but Tom Hoagie really went and won the thing. I mean, he clutched up big time in those last 4 holes, especially putting that 16th approach shot to like 3 feet, tap in birdie. And then I think he birdied 17 again and just had to play for par on 18 to win by 2. So a couple first-time winners there, followed right up by the Waste Management. I mean, how much fun was last weekend? We got 2 aces. We haven't seen an ace there since 2015 with Francesco Molinari, and we get 2 this week, a Saturday and a Sunday ace. I've been to that tournament twice, 2018, 2019, and that 16th crowd is incredible as is. I can only imagine being there in person for an ace. I saw a hilarious stat. It wasn't a true stat, but kind of a faux. All these amateurs still coming up short of the green, even with beer cans from right in front of it. It was like 4% of those beer cans hit the green. That waste management crew did a great job cleaning up really quickly. And what a scene that was. How exciting. And another playoff came right down to it. Really wanted to see Heath Tagala get in there, the Pepperdine kid, first year out on tour. And he really should have been. He kind of just rushed through his process on 17, ended up making bogey and taking himself out of it. But Cantlay was nails. And then we saw Scotty Scheffler come in, nails as well. They went to 3 playoff holes before Scheffler eventually hit a nice long putt to seal the deal. Another first-time winner. This one we might have seen coming a little bit more than Tom Hoagie or Luke List, though.
We got to also mention the guys who didn't perform, like Brooks. Brooks laid an egg on Sunday. He did not have his game. Xander's putter went pretty ice cold. Horschel had a nice Sunday. What's that?
How about Scotty missing like that 5-footer on 18 to win?
Didn't clutch up in the moment, but he got it done eventually.
I mean, yeah, he came through, but I thought he was making that for sure.
Yeah,
really
I mean, the one that he made was 3 times as long as the one he had in regulation.
Well, the funny thing is they didn't get to see the group before him when Cantlay and Xander came through. They both didn't even hit the hole on their putts, and it just broke hard to that right side of the green, the left side of the green if you're facing it. But they didn't see that, and Scotty knew that it was a sensitive putt. It was gonna fall, but he hit it with too much pace, and that's why I just stayed on top of the hole. But he had the right line if he just had the right pace. But eventually he got it done. First time winner, but we've seen this one coming. Scotty Scheffler is a force to be reckoned with. He's going to be around a long time. Love the kid. He's going to be exciting to watch for a long, long time. And so is Cantlay. The one that you mentioned, Joe, is Xander. That one bugs me a little bit. He had a chance. He hasn't won in almost 3 years now, and he's due. Obviously got the gold medal, did well at the Ryder Cup, but he needs a PGA win again soon.
Yeah, I know. Maybe, hometown kid, coming back to the LA, San Diego, area. Not really San Diego because it's way down the coast, but, maybe this is time.
It's a good chance. I think he's had good success at Riviera. So maybe a good one to look out for in these picks we go through in just a minute. I want to highlight a couple key things about Riviera before we get into the picks. Riviera hosted the 1948 US Open where Ben Hogan won. They've named it Hogan's Alley. Also Colonial in Texas, Dallas area. And then I think the 6th hole at Carnoustie also has a little homage to Ben Hogan himself. It's hosted PGA Championships in 1983 and 1995, the 1998 US Senior Open, and the 2012 NCAA Men's Golf Championship, where Jordan Spieth beat Justin Thomas 3-2 by holing out on, I believe, the 15th hole. And one last little tidbit. Oh, and it will host the 2026 US Women's Open and the 2028 Summer Olympics golf will be played there for the men's and women's competitions. Riviera, the Genesis Open, hosted by Tiger Woods himself, was the site of his pro debut at 16 years old in 1992. He's never won there, but he loves the place. It's his hometown, grew up nearby. Really excited for this tournament. It's a Tiger Woods full-on host. He obviously does the Hero World Challenge, but this is a full-on PGA event. Always really excited for that, and hopefully we'll see him this year, but at least we'll get him in some hosting duties this week.
Is he on property? Do we know if he's on property?
Will he make an appearance?
He is on property. He's scheduled for a media appearance tomorrow. So I'll be looking out for that. We'll keep some notes in our stories tomorrow on 19th Fairway. Let you guys all know about that. But without further ado, we've got picks to make. Are we doing 3 or 4 this week? We got the top 10 players in the world. Are we going to make the move to 4 this week or keep it at 3? I think 3.
Keep it at 3. Keep it at 3.
Yeah.
All
There
right.
we go.
We'll stick with
Problem
3.
solved. Easy.
Gonna have some powerhouse teams.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No doubt about that. I'd be shocked if, we don't select all 10 of the top 10 in the world here. But G, you got the power rankings pulled up there?
Oh, I got them ready to rumble.
All right. You're going fourth. We got the order Joe, D, Willie, and G. G, congrats on the win last week. Willie, you were close. And we implemented the new rule where if you pick the winner, you're getting 3 additional points. That worked out in my favor. I'll take it last week. We'll see what happens this week. I'm fairly confident that one of our picks will win this week. So, Joe, go ahead and get it started.
Oh, definitely the horses for courses when you talk about Riv. I think the horses for courses is so true, but the Thursday rounds always make me wish I picked Hoagie or Abe Answer or Tringali. One of them will just come out firing 64 or something. You're like, oh, of course. But it always finds its level, and I'm like Braun in the NBA All-Star picks. He had a list of the players that he thought KD was going to take. And every time KD would trade, he'd scratch one off of his list. I'm gonna go with Cantlay though. I'm starting us off hot. I've been rocking with him, all 2022, and I think he got a taste. I think he's coming out, hometown kid, a little pissed off, a little edge on his shoulder, thinking he's going to get it done this week. If not getting it done, I think top 10.
Well, I gotta say, I was definitely prepared to take Cantlay if you went the route. I would think most of us do until it proves otherwise. But it makes my selection really easy. John Rahm, my first opportunity to have Rahm on my team this week. So we'll see. But I really like the Cantlay pick, Joe. Excited to see how that works out for you. And I feel pretty good about having John Rahm on the squad any week. We got Willie.
Yeah, I'm gonna branch out a little. Well, it's not branching out too much. I mean, he's a little farther down the power rankings that G is looking at, but the guy is an absolute stick at Riviera, and I'm going DJ. He leads in birdie average. Like, the guy is just always posting top 10s there.
He's second all time in career earnings.
Yeah.
He's got like every first place ranking at Riviera. I was seeing that today, like strokes gained off the tee, around the green, everything Riviera. He just hasn't won in America since the 2020 November Masters, but we'll see. He does have one win across the pond in Saudi or Dubai, but we'll see if DJ comes to play. Obviously, a great selection, horse for course, DJ at Riviera.
That hurt me, Will Dog. I had DJ I thought I went through this pretty detailedly. I thought, all the guys that were going to get picked first. And then I was I'm definitely going to pick DJ. He's won 3 times here. And I did not think he was getting off the table first round.
I thought you were about to take him first overall. Based off your comments?
No, I was going to take him second. I was thinking Rahm, Garrett, I think was probably going to maybe go JT or something. We'll see.
Yeah, this is tough for me because I typically would go JT, but based on this player's performance as of late and his past experience at Riviera, I'm going my boy Hideki. He's been solid for me all season thus far. I'm not straying away. The guy is solid with a capital S, let me tell you. So Hideki's my guy. First off, we'll see. We'll see if JT sticks around, but Hideki's proved himself.
You have been riding Hideki.
G with the basketball background, sticking with the hot hand. I got it.
Hideki is a stick. The guy shows up everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh gosh.
Now that DJ has been taken from his second spot in the first round, who is Joe shifting to?
I have a slash. So I'll have another guy right here. I'm looking down my list and I'm not sure who else I want to take. I could break some hearts. I'm not sure I'm going to though.
I think I know who you want, Joe.
Look, I love Zally. I think he's had a little too much time off, maybe.
Not talking Zally.
But I'm going Chauffelet, Mr. Xander Chauffelet.
Xander.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
hometown kid.
Not what I expected.
He's playing really
Me
well.
neither.
Game is trending. He's gonna feel comfortable back home, and he just,
He's just
top
got to get
five,
it
maybe
done.
a dub.
JT just sliding.
He's gonna slide one more. I'm gonna go with the more of a hometown kid, a little closer to Riviera than Xander. Colin Morikawa. He had a little bit of a rough time on the DP World Tour. He said he got COVID, but he's feeling well rested. And I mean, guys, he's the number 2 player in the world. So I've got Rahm and Morikawa, 1 and 2 in the world on my squad. Feeling pretty good about that. Thank you, boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
JT's not sliding any longer because I'm definitely taking him. I mean, he's easily one of the best golfers in the world, just in form, competing every tournament. Just can't let him slide by anymore. And Garrett would take him if he reached G.
I might have let him slid one more, but I'm with you, Will Dog. I think he's owed one. I think he's hungry for it too. So wouldn't be shocked if he did it. And he's a good pal of Tiger, so he'll be in good spirits. Probably at dinner, hanging with Charlie. I like the pick. I like the pick. But in other Titleist fashion, I will be going Mr. Cameron Smith for my second pick.
Cam Smith.
The guy again is on a hot streak, I would say. And I feel good about the Aussie. No Adam Scott, but a close second.
Absolutely. And when I'm writing in these picks onto our Instagram stories, I'm going to be thanking Will Dog for his selections. Only 4 characters out of his 2 picks so far. DJ, JT. That would be nice and easy.
Yeah.
So we've
Well,
got
Joe?
Becky and Cam Smith. Those are 2 pretty solid Olympians, Mr. G.
Is it me now, or is it you, D?
We're back to Mr. Joe.
Back to you, Joe.
Final round.
I misspoke. I misspoke on the DJ stats. DJ hasn't won 3 times at Riviera. He's second all-time earnings at the Genesis, but the player that I'm going with has won 3 times. He's a lefty.
Bubba.
He's not Phil Mickelson. Mr. You're welcome. Bubba Watson.
I love the selection, Joe. I was getting ready to bring that up if no one else did. A 3-time winner at Riviera, Bubba Watson.
Come on, dude. Played well last week too. He was right there.
Fantastic selection, if you ask me. Well,
Definitely.
I have someone in mind. Just want to scroll this list one more time, make sure I'm thinking of it right.
We all know who it is.
It's not. I'm sliding by Spieth this week. I think he loves the course. He beat JT.
That's not even who I'm thinking.
Who are you thinking? Oh, do you know who it is?
Yeah.
If you say it, it's gold. Go ahead.
No. You
Homa.
Not Homa, defending champion. I love the thought,
No.
but
I would say Rory.
it's Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the States.
Wow. Rory.
I mean, it's hard not to pick Rory.
Yeah,
Wrong,
I'd
Mark,
avoid him.
Rory.
First
Solid
start.
stack.
First start in America since the CJ Cup in Vegas.
That's right. And he won that.
I don't know, that leaves me, and I'm going with Zally. There's just a theme of first-time winners on the PGA Tour so far this calendar year, and I think Zally's next up now that Scheffler's got his.
I like that. I'm silently rooting for him.
Well,
Yeah.
so far he's the only non-PGA Tour winner selected. So if that theme holds true, you're going to be the one with the 3 extra points at the end of the week.
That's the plan.
Well, that's my boy Molinari. He comes through and takes it.
Wow.
That's my
Oh my
final
God.
pick.
What
Yeah.
happened to him for the last couple of years?
I mean, he finished 8th place, I believe, at the Genesis last year, off the top of my head, if I remember correctly. And then I think he opened up 2022 by going 3 for 3. So, he's playing good golf. I think he can come out and win it just as much as anyone.
I have seen his name around a little bit more lately. I think he was injured or something in 2020 or 2021, but we've talked about it before where he kind of fell off after the Masters that Tiger won, and he's back. He's definitely back.
He's also a local member at Riviera. So let's just throw that in.
That's a good stat right there.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
so
is a
he
good
probably
stat.
Oh,
plays
that
that
one.
all day, beats up on Phil. Probably takes at least a couple cannolis off him.
The home game
King-
projections are off the charts with Molinari.
King
Oh,
Louis
yeah.
must have not been in the field, otherwise that was the lock for G. Or is he?
Oh yeah, no, he's not. Louis getting picked every time. Louis would have been picked probably before Hideki, honestly, out of this field. To be real with you, Louis solid, dude. Look at him. Anytime I pick him, he's always top
week.
like 15.
Last week was money. Clearly, won it
Yeah.
last week.
Got the dub. Does Louis win a major this year? Yes or no?
Oh, I sure hope so. If Rambo doesn't come in and like kill him in the final hour and
He's
crush
some
G's
odds.
dreams.
He's
When he
getting
went OB at Torrey, I was so sad.
Oh, that was so sad.
That was
Well,
bad.
I think we got to look at it, but I know we got a majority of those top 10 players in the world. Another great week ahead of us. LA, lots of great tournaments ahead for Riviera. This is just one of them, but majors coming down the line. We have the Olympics coming down the line. We got celebrities that live on the course. We got Molinari, who's a member. This is going to be a fun one. I can tell already. It's been great so far. We've had some drama late on Sundays the last couple of weeks. I don't see why this is any different.
Dude, Hovland
love
unpicked.
Holland went unpicked.
Yeah,
I saw some stat that like he's dead last on the tour in short game or something. Like he's really bad at chipping.
Yeah,
I heard that too. I heard that a while back that he was really like grinding, and I thought he may have fixed it because he got that dub in wherever, like UAE.
Yeah, he's still winning a bunch.
Yeah, that was like the BMW or
I mean, he missed a cut last week, which killed me.
Yeah, that was a surprising miscut in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But this week, I didn't even mention a couple of the holes to really look out for. The 6th hole has that famous bunker in the center of the green. You always get some funky chip shots on the green or weird putting angles. And then the 10th hole, right after 17 at TPC Scottsdale, you have the 10th hole here at Riviera. You're going to see a lot of guys going for it. If you see them lay up, they're probably laying up to the left side. But it's kind of fun to see which is the better drivable par 4 between 17 at TPC Scottsdale and 10 the following week at Riviera.
Dude, I'm still pissed at you, dude, for when we accepted that challenge at Tour 18 and we played that par 3 that is modeled off after Riviera's par 3 with a bunker in the middle. And we all hit the green. And D doesn't hit the green for $1,000 in the pro shop, split amongst all of us.
And I went first, and I just barely came up short.
Looked good the whole way.
Yeah, I did. The guy like trying to sell us like, yeah, this is impossible. No one's ever done this. It was like 160. Like we were like, I think we're gonna do this.
Him missing on the first shot took the pressure off you guys.
Well, you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell necessarily.
Oh, so you guys didn't know.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah.
And I dropped another one down and flushed it, no problem. It was just that I tried to go right away and ended up costing me a little chunky. Costing the whole group. I'm sorry, boys. We'll get it next time.
There'll be a handful of pros that do the same thing.
Oh yeah, we'll see some balls end up in that bunker, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to it, boys. Well,
beautiful.
Joe, congratulations on baby Ava. G, happy birthday.
Yep.
Will Dog getting the game back sharply. A lot of fun. We're going to be playing more golf. We'll keep you updated. We'll let you know what happens in the Riviera. Looking forward to this one, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, sir.